The department store smells like every department store Minwoo has ever avoided, a collision of perfumes, leather, and something indefinably expensive. The air conditioning hums a steady note above the murmur of Saturday afternoon shoppers. Minwoo stands just inside the entrance of the men's section, his hands buried deep in the pockets of his navy slacks. The same slacks he's worn to every non-work event for the past 3 years. Yu-jin is already 10 steps ahead, her heels clicking a confident rhythm against the polished floor. She's wearing jeans today, fitted and dark, with a cream sweater that makes her look softer than she does at the office. Her hair is down, falling just past her shoulders, and when she turns back to look at him, there's something almost gleeful in her expression. "You look like you're about to face a firing squad," she says. Minwoo's laugh comes out strangled. "This feels worse. It's just clothes." Yu-jin gestures at the racks surrounding them, shirts in every shade from white to charcoal, arranged with the precision of a military formation. "You wear them every day." "Different clothes," Minwoo mutters. He takes a reluctant step forward. "Work clothes have rules. Suits, ties. I understand those." "That's the problem." Yu-jin plucks a hanger from the nearest rack, holding up a sage green Henley. The fabric looks soft, almost touchable. "You dress like someone who's afraid of being noticed." The observation lands with uncomfortable accuracy. Minwoo reaches up to adjust his glasses, a nervous habit he's never quite broken. "Is that bad? For someone trying to make a good impression at a reunion?" Yu-jin tilts her head, considering. "Yes, definitely bad." She drapes the Henley over her arm and moves deeper into the section, her fingers trailing across fabrics as she goes. Minwoo follows, feeling like a child being led through a particularly confusing museum. The racks seem to multiply as they walk, each one holding possibilities he doesn't know how to decode. "First impressions," Yu-jin says, pulling out a burgundy sweater, examining it, then putting it back, "are about signaling who you are, or who you want to be. I want to be someone who doesn't look like he's never been on a date." Minwoo winces at how pathetic that sounds, but Yu-jin doesn't flinch. "Then we make you look like someone interesting, someone worth getting to know." She shoots him a sideways glance. "Which you are, by the way. We're just working on the packaging." The kindness in her voice makes something in Minwoo's chest tighten. He watches her work, the practiced way she sorts through options, the small, thoughtful furrow between her eyebrows when she's considering something. This version of Yu-jin, relaxed, focused, generous with her time on a Saturday, feels different from the one he knows at the office. Here, she thrusts a stack of shirts into his arms. The weight is substantial, and the top one is a deep blue that reminds him of the ocean near Busan at twilight. "Try these on. All of them." Yu-jin is already moving toward the dressing rooms, and Minwoo has no choice but to trail after her, his arms full of unfamiliar colors. The fitting room is small, 3 walls of mirror that reflect Minwoo from every angle. He hangs the shirts on the hook and stares at his reflection. The fluorescent lighting makes him look pale, tired. His hair sticks up on one side, where he's been unconsciously running his fingers through it. He looks exactly like what he is, a man who has no idea what he's doing. He strips off his polo shirt, beige, because of course it is, and pulls on the blue Henley. The fabric settles against his skin, soft and slightly fitted. When he looks up, the color does something to his face, makes his features seem sharper, more defined. "Come out. Let me see." Yu-jin's voice comes from just outside the curtain. Minwoo takes a breath and steps into the corridor of mirrors. Yu-jin is leaning against the wall, scrolling through her phone, but she looks up when he emerges. Her expression shifts, something flickering across her face too quickly for him to read. "Oh," she says. Minwoo's hands find his pockets again. "Oh good or oh bad? Oh, you should have been wearing colors all along." Yu-jin straightens, gesturing for him to turn. "That blue is perfect. It brings out your eyes." No one has ever told Minwoo he has eyes worth bringing out. He feels heat creeping up his neck, spreading across his cheekbones. It feels different. Different good or different bad? He considers. The shirt fits in a way his usual clothes don't. Present, but not uncomfortable. Like it's aware of his body without announcing it. "I'm not sure yet. Try the others." The next 20 minutes pass in a blur of fabric and reflection. Minwoo tries on shirts he would never have looked at twice. A black tee that Yu-jin insists makes him look mysterious. A caramel-colored sweater that she declares devastating. a white button-down that somehow makes him look taller. Each time he steps out of the fitting room, Yu-jin assesses him with a critical eye, her head tilted, her arms crossed. But there's no judgment in it, only focus. "That one's a no," she says when he emerges in a patterned shirt covered in tiny geometric shapes. "You're not ready for patterns." "Will I ever be ready for patterns? Let's get you comfortable with solid colors first." But she's smiling as she says it. By the time they move to the pants section, Min-woo feels wrung out in a way that has nothing to do with physical effort. He's watched himself transform in those mirrors, seen versions of himself that felt both foreign and somehow true. It's exhausting, this process of becoming someone new. Yu-jin holds up a pair of dark jeans. "These? I haven't worn jeans since college." "I know, that's the problem." She checks the size tag, then hands them to him. "Jeans say you have a life outside of work. They say you're approachable." Min-woo takes the jeans, feeling their weight, the stiff newness of the denim. "Do you really think this will help? At the reunion?" Yu-jin's expression softens. "Min-woo, the clothes aren't magic, but they'll help you feel more confident. And confidence is attractive. You make it sound simple." "It's not simple." She turns back to the rack, pulling out a second pair in a slightly lighter wash. But it's not impossible either. When they finally approach the register, Min-woo's arms are loaded with shopping bags. The cost makes him slightly dizzy, but Yu-jin waves away his hesitation. "Think of it as an investment," she says, "in your future love life." The cashier, a young woman with bright lipstick and a name tag that reads Su-min, smiles as she scans items. "Someone's getting a whole new wardrobe. He's getting a whole new life," Yu-jin says, and there's something playful in her voice that makes Su-min's smile widen. Outside, the late afternoon sun slants golden across the street. Min-woo shifts his shopping bags, feeling the weight of all these new versions of himself. Yu-jin walks beside him, her phone out as she checks the time. "Next week," she says, not looking up, "we'll work on grooming. Hair, skincare, the basics." Min-woo nods, even though she's not watching. "Thank you. For today." Now Yu-jin does look at him, and something in her expression catches him off guard. A softness, maybe a recognition. "You're doing well. For someone who's terrified of shopping." "I'm terrified of a lot of things." "I know." She bumps his shoulder lightly with hers, a casual gesture that sends a small shock through him. "But you're doing them anyway. That's what counts." They reach the subway entrance, where their paths will split. Min-woo hesitates at the top of the stairs, the shopping bags rustling in his grip. "Yu-jin," he says, and she turns back. "Why are you really doing this?" She's quiet for a moment, and in that silence, Min-woo can hear the city around them. Car horns, distant conversation, the rhythmic beep of a crosswalk signal. When she finally speaks, her voice is gentler than he's ever heard it. "Because everyone deserves someone to believe in them," she says, "even if they don't believe in themselves yet." Then she's descending into the subway, her figure disappearing into the crowd, and Min-woo is left standing in the golden light, his arms full of new clothes, his chest full of something he doesn't quite have a name for.